Electronic devices and circuits lab is the basic lab for the electronic students. Now in this lab we are going to do the total 14 experiments, and the first experiment what we are having is PN junction diode characteristic. Now in this characteristic what we are going to do is, first one is our aim is to plot the VA characteristic of the PN junction diode. From the plot we have to calculate the cut-in voltage and the dynamic forward resistance. Okay, now for this, now we already know that the two types of diodes we are having, silicon and germanium. Now coming to the diagram, now we are having when the diode is connected in the forward biased and when the diode is connected in the reverse bias. Now in these two directions, now we have to plot the VA characteristic. That is the operation what we are having, and we have to observe those two. Okay, those two operations. Now before we go to the actual experiment procedure, now already we know that the diode is also known as the unidirectional device. As in this one, for the intrinsic semiconductor, on one side the p-type material, on another side the n-type materials are doped. The uncharged carriers are formed like a layer. That layer we are calling as a depletion layer. As already we know that the majority charge carriers in p-type material is the holes, and minority charge carriers are electrons. And here in this side the majority charge carriers are electrons and minority charge carriers are holes. Okay, now as in this one, when the p-type material is connected to positive and n-type material is connected to negative, now what happens now, the diode is said to be in the forward condition. That means when the positive terminal is connected to the holes, now what happens now, these holes are get maximum potential energy. Now those holes can easily penetrate through the depletion layer. That means now from this point to this point the current is flowing. That means from this direction the current is flowing. Okay, that means only in this direction. That means now in this case, now coming to the next case, that is in the reverse bias condition, the negative terminal is connected to P and positive terminal is connected to N. That means what happens now? Now maximum number of holes are attracted by the negative terminal. That means the depletion layer width increases. The depletion layer width increases means from this point to this point the current is flowing. Already we know that the high potential to low potential the current is flowing. At this point, what are the majority charge carriers? Electrons are the majority charge carriers. At this case, from this point to this point, now the electrons are gets accelerated, and those electrons are penetrate through the depletion layer. As the depletion width is very high, that means the maximum. That means now very small current flows from this point to this point. That means the current direction now is in which direction the current is flowing now? The current is flowing in this direction. That means now this current we are calling as a reverse saturation current. That current is very small. Now this is about the operation of the diode. Now as in the experiment, now what we are going to do is we have to vary the source from 0 to 15 volts, and we have to take the current and corresponding voltage. And now that you have to take in this tabular column, VF and IF is nothing but the forward voltage, forward current, and corresponding reverse voltage and reverse current. Now in this one, now how you have to do the experiment. Now to do the experiment, now we are going to do the experiment in two ways, that is using the discrete components, and that means physically we have to give the connections on the breadboard, and we have to do the experiment. Another technique what we are having is using the software tool. That the software tool we are having is the multi-sim. Okay, using the multi-sim now we can do the experiments, that is using the software. Now the version we are having is the 14.0, that is NI multi-sim 14.0 version we are using. When you double click on the multi-sim icon, now you will get the window as like this. Okay, now this dots, now what you can observe here in this one we are calling as a workspace. As if you observe here, before we get to the actual experiment, as in this tool now we are having the different types of the, now whatever the source required for reverse circuit, you can place the source, and whatever the basic place basic is nothing but, now here you can get the different resistors, different types of resistors, capacitors, inductors, variable resistors, all this you will get in this one. And diodes, different types of the diodes, different types of the transistors, and here also now you are having us different op amps, that is gates, transistors, all this you are having. On the right hand side, now you are having a multimeter, that means you can measure the current and voltage using the multimeter. Function generator, the function generator is used to apply the source, AC source, and wattmeter to measure the power, and oscilloscope you can observe the waveforms output, and input waveforms also you can observe the wave on this one. Now all these are the measurement devices and the sources what we are having. Now on this one, now first of all, now according to your circuit, whatever the components required, now that you have to place on this workspace. Okay, now coming to our experiment, the first experiment, now we require one resistor, diode, and DC source. As in this one we don't have the variable DC, now we are having the constant DC source. Now we have to change the DC value, and corresponding current and voltage you have to note down. Okay, now first I am placing first you whatever the required now components, now those components you have to place on the, I clicked on the resistor. Now directly you can type here. Now just to type 1 kilo ohm resistor, click on the OK button. Now you can get the resistor. Now anywhere you can place the resistance. Okay, just to click on that, now you will get the resistor there. Next I require the diode. Now what is the diode we are having? Now I1N4007. Now 4007, now this is a basic diode what we can use. Now the general purpose diode. Now here I am placing here. Okay, next what I require? Now I require the source. That require the source, the power source, go to the power sources. Now in that one I require the DC power source. I clicked on the power source. When you take the DC source, now by default you will get the 12 volts. Okay, now this value we have to change. Now before we go to the change the values, now I am placing all the components whatever that required for our circuit. Okay, now in this one, now I require the multimeter. Now I want the 2 multimeters. Now just I am copying on this. I can place the 2 multimeters here. Now one multimeter I am using as a current measurement for the current measurement, another one for voltage measurement. After placing all this, now I have to give the connections now. Now how I have to give? When the cursor moved on this one, this point, now you will get the point as the dot point. That means now there you can give the connection. Just click on that and drag. Now where you want to give the connection, just to take to that point, just leave the cursor, click on that. Now you will get the connection. Now similarly from resistor to ammeter. That means now I want to measure the current. The current is measured in series and voltage is measured in parallel. Already we know that. Now I am measuring the voltage in parallel to diode. Now this voltage we are calling as the diode voltage, and the current we are calling as a diode current. Okay. The other end of the source is connected to the N. After giving the connection, what I have to give? I have to give the, every circuit requires the ground. Now again go to the place source. Now in that one you will get the ground. Now take the ground and give the connection. Now what I told now you have to vary the voltage from 0 to 12 volts. Now you have to take corresponding current and voltage readings. Okay, to change the value, just you double click on this source. Now you will get, you can change the value. Now first I am taking the 0 volts, just to click on that, click on OK. Now you will get the 0 volts here. After completion of your circuit connections, now you have to simulate this circuit. For the simulation, just to click on the run button, which is the green button, it is there. Now just to click on that, now the circuit is going into the simulation mode. When it is in the simulation mode, now these icons are highlighted. Now it is not enabled. That means now you cannot modify the circuit. That means you cannot insert the component, or you cannot modify anything on the circuit. Okay. Now after when it is in the simulation mode, now we have to check the values, right? Now for the checking, now these two are the measurement devices. Just to double click on this, now you will get the one multimeter, now the second multimeter. Now in first multimeter, now I am going to measure the current. Now just to put it on the amps mode, and this is a DC unidirectional, right? That's why I am put it in this one. Okay. Now when the input supply voltage is 0, now I am getting the 0 voltage here. Now I want to change the current voltage reading. Just to stop the simulation, double click on this. Now take the 0.1, click on OK. Again click on the run button. Now what is the current reading and what is the voltage reading? Again click on the stop button. Change the voltage reading from 0.1 to 0.2. Click on OK button. Click on the run. Now what is the current reading and voltage reading? Now these two values we have to note down. As in this case, from 0 to 1 volt we have to vary in steps of 0.1. Now why? Because in theory part, now what we are going to study is now the diode going to on condition when the input voltage crosses the cut-in voltage of this. That means now we are using the silicon diode. The silicon diode cut-in voltage is 0.6 or 0.7. When the input voltage crosses 0.6 or 0.7, the diode goes into the on condition. That you have to observe in this. Okay. Now this is the point. This is a procedure when the diode is in the forward condition. Similarly, now change this polarity. That means the negative terminal is connected to P and the positive terminal is connected to N. Now what happens now? Now the diode goes into the reverse condition. Similarly, change the values from 0 to 12 volts and take the corresponding reverse current and reverse voltage. Okay, as if you after completion of that, means now all those values you have to note down in this tabular column. After that you have to plot the graph as like this, that is a voltage versus current you have to plot. As in this one, if you observe here, when the now at this point up to this point the current value is very small. At this point now the current rapidly the current is increasing. That means the diode is going into the on condition. Now that voltage is calling as a cut-in voltage, that you have to note down from the graph. The next measurement what we have to do now, dynamic forward resistance. Now take the 2 points, that means now this current where now this line the current reading where get intersected on the curve, now that corresponding voltage and this point and corresponding voltage. This change in voltage to the change in current is nothing but the diode forward resistor. Dynamic forward resistor. Now those two values you have to note down after drawing this curve. Now the VA characteristic. Similarly, when the diode is in the reverse direction also you have to draw the graph. Okay, now this is about the first experiment.